Westbrooks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana, Shortridge High School. This is the site of the CBA playoffs. This is the semifinal round. Here to move on to the championship game, which will be played next weekend. This afternoon, semifinal round, the first matchup is the Middle Tennessee Storm, the second seed in the CBA playoffs. They will take on the Columbus Condors. Here this evening in the first game of the doubleheader. Columbus got here last night, beating the Memphis Rail Runners by 17 points. That was the second game of the doubleheader last night. Had a huge game from Brett McKnight. Had 4 threes there in the first half. Really set the tone for the Condor squad as they rolled past the Memphis Rail Runners to take on this number 2 seed, the Middle Tennessee Storm. The Storm's led by, of course, their outstanding point guard, Miles Thrash. Second in the team in points this season. It was top 5 in the league in free throw shooting percentage at 83.3%. Also third on his team in three-point shooting with 36%. Joshua Sane, the other beautiful player for the Middle Tennessee Storm, top 5 in the league in points per game at 20.7. Second on the team in free throw shooting percentage at 74%, and three-point shooting as well at 37.3%. But back to Columbus, Brett McKnight, what an outstanding scorer, has a great body, 27-year-old out of University of Akron. Is an outstanding player, can shoot it from deep, can take you down in the post, has a high basketball IQ, and leads the Condors in every which way. Also for the Condors, the big fella, Trent Weaver, number 10, one of only 5 players in the CBA to average a double-double this season. Trent Weaver, number 10, look for him to have a big game against the Middle Tennessee Storm here this evening. This is SummitCitySports.com. Bringing you this live CBA action. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Of course, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel that you're watching these contests on here today. So you'll be notified of all of our full game video and highlight clips, as well as our live stream broadcasts. Jeff Mahoney will be on the camera today as well as last night. I'll be calling your play-by-play action again. This is Tim Atkinson. We're super excited to get this semifinal round started here at Shortridge High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Couple players missing for the Storm. One of their top players, Torrey Pelham, is not here. He is out. He will not be playing here today. Full pretty much complement of players for Columbus. John Johnson was not here last night. We'll see. I believe he's out with an injury, but we'll keep an eye on that. Second game this afternoon will be the top-seeded and undefeated Fort Wayne Flite playing the host squad, the Indianapolis Blaze. The Blaze on a bit of an upset last night in the first game of the doubleheader. Put it to the Bowling Green Hornets and won by 6, 87-81 on the offensive output by Anthony White. 43 unofficial points, had 4 threes in the first quarter, make it 6 in the half. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We have a full day of action here at Shortridge High School CBA playoffs. Right now, we'll send you down to the PA announcer for the starting lineups and the national anthem. Ball back, ladies and gentlemen, a little premature there as we wait for the Zebras to hit the hardwood. As we'll get set for the starting lineups. Players, you can see the angst on their face. A short bench for Middle Tennessee. Looks like they only got 6 here this evening, or this afternoon here in Indy. So look for Columbus to get up and down the court. But they definitely need to be careful because their point guard there for the Storm, Miles Thrash, is in the building. And this kid can flat out play. So here, we'll throw it down now to the PA announcer for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Game 1 of the Semifinals, 2016 version of the CBA playoffs. Could everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem? From the Middle Tennessee Storm. At one forward from East Tennessee State University, number 14, Hunter Harris. At the other forward from Lee University, number 7, Roy McFadden. The 3-guard lineup at one guard, number 12, George Stanberry. At one guard from Northwest Shoals Community College, Damian Nance. And at the third guard from Stillman College, number 1, Miles Thrash. And the Columbus Condors. At one guard, number 4 from Auburn University, Trey Miller. The other guard from James Madison University, number 1, Anthony Hitchens. The 3 forward lineup. At one forward from Ohio Dominican University, number 10, Trent Weaver. At one forward from West Virginia State University, number 11, James Helton. At the third forward from the University of Akron, number 9, Brett McKnight. Today's game is brought to you by Blaze Sports and Entertainment, hosted by the Indianapolis
We're getting ready to get set here for the tip. Here at Shortridge High School, starting lineups in the books for Columbus: Anthony Hitchens, Trey Miller, Brett McKnight, Trent Weaver, and James Helton. For the Middle Tennessee Storm, Damian Nance, Roy McFadden, George Stanberry, Hunter Harris, and of course the point guard, Miles Thrash. We do play 4 10-minute quarters here in the CBA. All FIBA rules will be played on the court, 24-second shot clock. As we get set, Trent Weaver will head to the circle for the Condors. He'll jump up against Roy McFadden. First whistle, here comes the jump, tip, and the Storm will control. There's Miles Thrash as the Condors come out man-to-man. Weaver really slouching off of Hunter Harris there on defense. 3, no good, saved. McKnight, pump fake, got him in the air, then short on the 3 ball, rebounded by the Storm, and here they come. Good reverse layup, but just couldn't get it to spin in. That was McFadden. Averages 15 and a half a game, 11 and a half boards. One of the 5 players. Good block, and right back up with it is McKnight. Weaver knocks it around, and the Storm come out with it. Outlet here to Thrash. Thrash being picked up by Miller. Thrash is gonna pull up from the wing, no good. Topped out by the Storm, will go Condor basketball. See the athleticism right there from Hunter Harris for the Storm. Trent Weaver had the position on the block for the rebound, but athleticism did get a hand on it. Good dribble drive by Hitchens and swatted. Took strong, can't get the roll, and McKnight with the rebound. McKnight just stood strong there defensively, made him shoot over the top. Good crossover, pull up from 18, no good. Rebounded by the Storm, here they come. Thrash is gonna pull up from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by McKnight again. McKnight is gonna slow it down. And the ball to Hitchens, his point guard. Hitchens averages 14 points a game, 3 boards and 4 assists. Also can pick your pocket with a steal and a half a game. Here's Miller, back to Hitchens. Condors come out in this 3-guard lineup. As we have an offensive foul on McKnight. That's the first foul of the contest. We will go into the double bonus at the 5th team foul in each quarter. They do reset at the end of each quarter. 8:15 here, still scoreless. Little pregame jitters coming. That's a loose ball. No over and back. Good call by the referee. Good look down low, give and go, but there was Hitchens. Saw it all the way. Gets it out to Weaver. Weaver with the right-handed layup. Can't get it to go, but is fouled by Damian Nance. That's his first, team's first. That will send Trent Weaver to the line. He'll get to shoot a pair. Weaver had a nice game last night. Had an outstanding 4th quarter. Scored 10 points there in the 4th quarter to put the Memphis Rail Runners even farther down in the depths. So we're still scoreless here as Weaver misses the first. Second attempt is no good. 0 still on the board here. It's just under 8 minutes. Rising up is Stanberry. Got it. First basket of the game is a 3-ball from George Stanberry. He averages nearly 11 points a game. Pulled up just inside the college 3-point arc and got the friendly roll. Nicely done that time. That was James Helton. Turnover. McKnight takes it in and scores. So slow start, then Columbus comes right back. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Weaver. Here's Helton. Miller finds Weaver at the block. Good defense. McKnight couldn't corral the rebound, surrounded by 3 Storm players. Here comes Thrash. Good look. Tried for the lob. May have just wanted to come down with that and go up strong with it. Here's Helton. He'll take it all the way to the basket. And an offensive foul. Definitely would like to have that half circle arc underneath the basket. I'm sure that looked like the defender was awfully deep underneath the basket. Always like to see that a play on, but referee did see it the other way, called the charge, and we go back, Storm ball. Checking in is Kevin Wilkinson for the Storm. Roy McFadden will check out. Here's Thrash off a screen on the wing. Goes right by Miller. Got it knocked away. And Condors did touch it last. Will stay Storm ball. 6:42 here remaining in the first quarter. This is the first game of the doubleheader here, semifinal matchups in this CBA playoffs. Good look down low and the easy lay-in for Wilkinson. 5-4 now your score. Here's Miller, looks down low to McKnight. Double team came, triple team comes. Good pump fake, but just couldn't finish. May have been partially blocked. Here come the Storm. Crafty dribbling that time there by Stanberry, but Hitchens stayed with. Thrash. Crafty little dribble, but Weaver stood with it and blocked it. Here come the Condors. Has Helton on the wing and finds him. Can't finish the dunk. He does. Somehow that rolled in for James Helton. Was looking to throw it down. 6-5 your score, and we have a foul on the floor. That's gonna be called on Anthony Hitchens. That is his first, team second. Just under 6 minutes to go. Out of bounds. Nance will look to inbound. In easy to Thrash. Miller, as Thrash just turns around and pops a jumper in the eye. Lead goes back to the Storm now, 7-6. That's Thrash's first bucket. Trey Miller's gonna hand it to Helton. They want McKnight down low. Needed keep force feeding. Helton, nice. McKnight step back, didn't let it go. Hitchens will though, and got the three. Hitchens with his first bucket now. A 2-point advantage for the Condors. 5:20 remaining in this first quarter. Good hedge by McKnight in the double team and trap. Skip pass to Nance. Nance takes it in the paint, step back from 15, no good. Rebound by Hitchens. Hitchens looks to push up to Helton. Helton has McKnight and Weaver, finds Weaver with an easy lay-in. Nice break run that time by the Condors. Weaver filled that center lane on the break, and they found him for the easy lay-in. 11-7 is your score. No good. McKnight with another board. That's 3 unofficially here in the first quarter. Hitchens has Miller on the wing. He goes to Helton. No good. Back rim and rebounded by the Storm. Out to Harris. Has Thrash. Miller picks him up. Down low and back down to Harris. Good move up and under, and foul on the floor. That will be on Brett McKnight. That is his second personal, I do believe. Third team foul. That is McKnight's second. So that's a huge call right there on the 27-year-old out of Akron. So timeout on the floor called by Springfield, as they'll have to get McKnight out of this contest, up by 4, 11-7, 4:27 remaining here in the first quarter. So McKnight's only with 2 points here through the first 5.5 minutes. By this time last night, the big fella had about 11 points around this time last night in the first quarter. He's an outstanding player, but has started slow. They look a little tired out there, does Columbus. They did play the late game last night and then had to return back to play the early game with the Fort Wayne Flite and Indianapolis Blaze. Will be playing the second game of the doubleheader. This is SummitCitySports.com. Thanks for checking us out on our YouTube channel, bringing you this live CBA semifinal action from Northridge High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Back to the action. Thrash looks to inbound. Nice look, but just off the outstretched hands that time. In fact, he's going to rise up from 3. Why not? Just short, rebounded, then swatted by Kinney. Kinney again. 2 blocks back to back. Goes for the board and pulls down the board. Nice little piece of defense that time by Matt Kinney, who just checked in. It's going to be a blocking foul called on Stanberry. That's his first. 11-7, still your score, 4:09 remaining in the first. Of course, Middle Tennessee Storm coming 7-1. second seed overall in this CBA, led by head coach Carlin Alford. Has an overall record of 7-2. This is his first full year as head coach, though. Thrash got away with a little hammer job. Weaver, though, kept attacking, just kind of looks at the referee on the baseline and shakes his head a bit. Frustrated, obviously, but good sportsmanship. No reason to holler at the referees. That'll only do you worse. Here's Miller, finds Helton. Helton, can he knock it down? Cannot. Kinney and Weaver battle for it. They come down. Hitchens, Helton. Good looking play by Helton. James Helton's feeling it a little bit here tonight, already with 6 points, and that's the second turnover in the backcourt for the Storm, and that led to a Hitchens bucket. So back-to-back buckets for the Storm. 3.5 minutes remaining. Good hands by Miller. Weaver came up with the loose ball. Here's Helton. Miller wants it. They're gonna go down to Kinney down low on the block. Good drop step, fade away. And over the back call on Kinney. Has the size advantage down low on Kevin Wilkinson. No reason to fade back or fade away on those jump shots. Go up strong, big fella. 3:10 remaining in the first quarter, 15-7. The Columbus Condors on top of the Middle Tennessee Storm. First Columbus head coach here. This is their first year in the CBA, head coached by Dick Reynolds. They are 6-3, 5-3 in the regular season with their win last night. Hitchens working around Kinney, good spin dribble. Wanted to pull up, finds Weaver underneath the basket. Nice looking play by the Condors, led to the easy bucket from Weaver. Thrash, and that's a real tough foul there on Kinney. Very little contact, but the referee thought otherwise. Thrash now will head to the line. He'll get a chance at the three-point play. That's the first foul on Kinney. That's the fourth team foul. Check it, fifth team foul. Thrash does convert. 17-10 is your score. Thrash with 5 of the 10 team points here in the early going. Needs some help. Clarkson Jr. had a nice game last night. Hitchens from the baseline, deep in the corner. No good, rebounded by Thaxton. Good hands there by Clarkson Jr. on Thrash. Thrash didn't see him coming, but just stepped out of bounds. Will stay Storm ball. Hunter Harris checks back in, and Kevin Wilkinson will sit. Good drop step and throw down. Hunter Harris, drop step baseline, came back with the left hand and jammed it home. Nice post move by the big fella. 17-12. Kinney couldn't handle the pass. Comes up with the loose ball, goes glass, too short. Clarkson Jr., the smallest guy on the floor, comes down with the board. Finds Weaver, and they'll reset. 15 on the shot clock. Clarkson Jr. launches, can't get it to go. Nice rebound and put back. James Helton giving great minutes to Coach Reynolds here in the early going with McKnight struggling and in foul trouble. James Helton is stepping up to the plate. They want to go down low to Harris. Double team came. Harris loses the ball. 15-foot jumper. Thaxton, front rim, no good. Out of bounds off the Storm. Check it. That went off Condor hand. 19-12 will stay with the Storm. Minute 27 remaining here in the first quarter. Trey Miller checks back in. Anthony Hitchens will take a seat. So McKnight back in as well with 2 personals. McKnight, Weaver, Clarkson Jr., Helton, and Miller, your 5 for the Condors. 3 ball from deep. No good. Rebounded by McKnight. Miller pushes it up to Helton. Got to come out on him. He's feeling it. No good. Look at Thrash go up for that board. He's going to start the break. Goes to the wing. Good dribble into the lane, but couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Helton. Stolen right away by Thrash. Finger roll, no good. Put back, no good. And finally thrown down by McFadden. Condors need to put a body on somebody. Too many second chance opportunities. 50 seconds to go here in the first. back to a 5-point game. Here's Weaver. Clarkson with a nice cut down the center of the lane. And that's going to be a blocking foul that time on Hunter Harris. That's his first, the team's third. 41.4 seconds on the clock, 14 on the shot. McKnight inbounds to Helton and tripped up. And Clarkson Jr. again cut right down the center of the lane. Weaver found him once again for the easy bucket, 21-14. 26 seconds remaining, 3-ball, got it. So Thrash keeping his team in the game here in the early going, 22.9 on the game clock. Shot clock is off, 21-17 your score. Clarkson Jr. As they're calling out the play, they want to get this last shot. We're at 11 seconds. Hands it to Miller. Miller. Back to McKnight. Good pressure defense by McFadden. McKnight lost the handle of it, threw it right out of bounds. Nope, it was touched by the Storm. We'll stay with Condor ball. 2 seconds. They need a quick hitter here. Well, that's communication there. Middle Tennessee went right to the baseline. Give me the ball, let's inbound it. Yep, it's Condor ball. Let's see what the quick hitter here is. McKnight from deep, he's gonna launch it. And can't get it to go. That's how we'll end the first quarter with your score. The Columbus Condors on top, 21-17 over the Middle Tennessee Storm. This is SummitCitySports.com, bringing you this live CBA semifinal action here in the playoffs, 2016 version. We're through one quarter here with the score 21-7. Columbus on top. They are favored to win this contest. But huge first quarter there from Helton, who had 8 points. Weaver with 4. McKnight with only 2, Clarkson Jr. with 2, and Hitchens with 5. For the Storm, Miles Thrash was huge there in the first quarter. He has 8 points. McFadden with 2, Stanberry with 3, Kevin Wilkinson with a bucket, and Hunter Harris with a bucket as well. So that's where we sit, 21-17. Here as we get set for the second quarter of this semifinal action. Very slow start there for them. In the first quarter to start the game, players have now smoothed it out and are feeling a little bit more comfortable out on the hardwood here at Short Ridge High School, home of the Blue Devils. Nice campus here at Short Ridge High School, right off Meridian here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Of course, SummitCitySports.com. This comes about 120 miles south down here to Indy from our hometown at Fort Wayne, Indiana. We get set for the second quarter. Your 5 for the Storm: Miles Thrash, George Stanberry, Damian Nance, Roy McFadden, and Hunter Harris. Your 5 for Columbus: Trent Weaver, Randall Clarkson Jr., Brett McKnight, James Helton, and Trey Miller. Second quarter, here we go. As the clock has not started here. Turnover, here come the Condors. Trey Miller, look to Weaver. Weaver wanted to go cross court to McKnight, but the pressure was there. Clarkson, nice look, and then interior pass from McKnight, and that's gonna be a foul on the floor. That's Nance's second. Team fouls do reset each quarter, so that's the first team foul on the Storm. will go out of bounds underneath the basket to McKnight and the Condors. Helton. Blocked. Nice block by McFadden. Came out of nowhere. Thrash is going to rise up. Good pass and finish. Thrash got up in the air. Looked like he was a shoot the three ball. And Harris ran right down the center of the lane, found the pass, and hammered it home. Miller goes baseline, reverse layup, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Storm. Here's Thrash for the lead, got it. First lead for the Storm. They take it 22-21. 9:06 remaining in this second quarter. Clarkson Jr. gets a screen from Weaver, finds Helton wide open, and got the three ball answered. Did Helton. That's his first three of the game. Now has 11 points of the 24 for Columbus. They take back the lead by 2. Three ball once again, no good. Good board. Lost the handle, could not pick the ball back up. Watch for the lob here. Trey Miller finishes, cannot. Through the contact. Looked like that was just gonna drip home, but spun out of the cylinder. So that will send Miller to the line. He'll shoot a pair. 8:35 remaining here in the second quarter. Miller knocks the first one down, shoots at 57% from the line. That was on 4 of 7 attempts in the regular season. Knocks both them down. And we have substitutions as McKnight comes out. Coach Reynolds got to be happy with getting McKnight in the game, keep him loose, and not picking up that third foul. 26-22 is your score. After the pair of Miller free throws, spin move into a three ball. Thrash, no good, rebounded by Weaver. Here comes Miller and the Condors, goes to Hitchens. Hitchens, the crab dribble, takes it back out. Miller had Weaver knocked away, and that went off of Miller, out of bounds to the Storm. I like that call by the baseline official. Oh, this outside referee here called a foul on the Storm. Quick release from Weaver, no good, and they're gonna get that foul on Nance. So that was Nance's third foul here in the first half. 26-22, still your score. Here's Thrash, Miller picks him up. Down low, Helton gambled, and that cost him. Went for the steal, overplayed McFadden, and went right to the cup, got fouled. He'll head to the line now to shoot 2. Hits the first. So 26-24 is your score after a pair of free throws knocked down. Just under 8 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Miller with the spin dribble. That was knocked off of the Storm last. Will stay Condor ball. Hitchens up top, Clarkson Jr. It's a screen from Helton. Rises up from about 18, no good. Rebounded by the Storm. Comes Stanberry, pushing it, goes into the paint, leaves it, and that's gonna be a jump ball called, alternating possession. We'll stay with the Storm. Great hands that time by Clarkson Jr., forcing the jump ball situation. Out of bounds to the Storm, inbound to Thrash. 7.5 to go. Thrash, pull back from the left elbow, so smooth. Miles Thrash now with 13 points, ties the ball game up at 26. Miller's gonna set the offense. As they're gonna come McKnight, they're gonna bring McKnight from the opposite block and post him up. McKnight was given the baseline, got the defender up in the air, draws the foul, and he'll head to the line. He will shoot a pair of free throws. McKnight shoots at 67%. As Coach Carlin Alford takes a timeout here with 7:04 remaining in the second quarter. This is SummitCitySports.com. Coming to you live from Shortridge High School, site of the CBA playoffs, quarterfinal and semifinal rounds. So as I mentioned, slow start there to the game, but it's really picked up here as we've progressed. What a low-scoring game considering Middle Tennessee averages 102.6 points a game, and Columbus averages 97, so both well under their season average per game with only 26 points apiece. Here with 7 minutes remaining still in the second quarter. So McKnight out of the timeout will head to the line. He'll get a pair of free throws. This with 2 points in the early going. Does have 2 fouls. As McKnight will step up to the charity stripe. McKnight with that sweet stroke. Second attempt coming for Brett McKnight out of Akron, University of Akron. So hits them both. Back to a 2-point advantage for Columbus. That's his 4th point for McKnight. Stanberry, he's gonna bring it up with Thrash as the off guard, which I like. I like Coach Alford going with that. The scoring can come in bunches for Thrash. That was Helton's length. Stuck the ball out right in the passing lane. Weaver, nicely done. Weaver now with 6. Back to a 4-point advantage for the Condors. Columbus is so crafty with their interior passing. Great help defense by Trey Miller. He hedged on the screen, jumped out on Stanberry and caused the travel. Nicely done defensively from Trey Miller. Here's Hitchin. He's going to start the offense. Hitchens wants a screen from Helton. Picked up the dribble. Here's Weaver. Weaver faces up. McKnight. That was Weaver from 15. No good. Helton came in from the 3-point line, knocked it away. Here come the Storm. Little floater off glass, no good, and that's a good call on the referee. That was Hitchens on the push. As McFadden went up for the board, kind of undercut. So that's Hitchens' second foul. That's the second team foul. Thrash posting up on Miller. McKnight came with a double team, pushed him out a bit, and that was just enough to cause the miss. Here comes Weaver, up to Hitchens. Hitchens looks up, finds McKnight all alone. Can't get it to go. Storm dodged a bullet that time. You can't leave that big fella open from 3 because he will drain him down with consistency. Hitchens with nice hands, but the Storm came up with it. Dribble drive into the paint, little floater, fadeaway, no good. Rebounded by McKnight again, that's 6 unofficially. Good crossover dribble, flips it to Helton, wide open 3, no good. Weaver knocked it around and rebounded by the Storm. 3-ball Thrash, got it again. Miles Thrash with his 3rd 3 of the game, pulls his squad within 1. Looks like Hitchens is banged up on the play, was holding the arm, he's gonna check out. Clarkson Jr. checks in. Looks like the Fort Wayne Flite are starting to enter the building here at Shortridge High School. As they are the undefeated squad here in the CBA, 8-0, the first undefeated team in the regular season in the CBA's history. Crossover by Helton. Spin dribble, up and under. Nicely done. James Helton came to play today at Short Ridge High School. 32-29. Scoop shot, no good, and rebound put back by McFadden. Now has 6. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Helton with a nice back cut. He's going to rise up again. Long on that one. Weaver was there for the board. I like Weaver to back it in right there. Inside and kicks it out to Clarkson Jr. Clarkson Jr. spins that one out, no good. Rebounded by McFadden. Here comes Thaxton, Frank Thaxton. Averages 10 a game. Left elbow jumper, got it. 15 is nothing but net. Nicely done by Thaxton. That's his first bucket. Lead back to the Storm, 33-32. Miller needs help, finds it in McKnight. Weaver has great position in the paint and easily got that up, but could not get it to spin in. McKnight can. 3-ball from Brett McKnight. That's his first 3 of the game. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Condors. Under 4 minutes. And a blocking foul that time called on Trent Weaver. Send McFadden to the line to shoot 2 as well. Weaver's first. Team's third. McFadden will shoot 2. Nothing but nylon there on the first. Second attempt is good as well. 8 points now for McFadden. Averages 15.5 a game, 11.5 boards and 2.5 blocks. Great stat line for the wing player. Here's Hitchens starting the offensive game. We're tied up at 35s. McKnight, good spin move. Finishes, cannot finish through contact. I think he had 4 or 5 and 1 opportunities last night. Just is a little bit off here this evening, but we'll head back to the line to shoot a pair. Front rim and gets the friendly roll in. Lead goes back to the Condors by 1. 8 points for McKnight, make it 9. Hits both free throws, back to a 2-point advantage. 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Thrash. That was a tough pull-up. As he was falling away from the basket as he released. Clarkson Jr. will take it all the way till he stops. Weaver finds Helton. Helton is gonna post, goes in the paint, and throws it away. Thrash comes up with it, outlet to McFadden, and the easy lay-in. Tied up game now, 37-37, 3 minutes to play. Full court pressure, and that's gonna be a foul on Nance. And I believe that's Nance's 4th. Just a silly foul there from Nance, as they only have 6 on the roster, cannot afford a foul out. But that is 4 on Damian Nance here in the first half. That's a 16 foul, so we're in the double bonus, obviously. Clarkson Jr. to the line. Back rim, no good. Will get a second attempt. That one does rattle home for Clarkson Jr. 1-point advantage for Columbus. 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And several lead changes and ties here in this first half. Ball about thrown away. Did find Thrash out here near the timeline. Thrash wants a screen, goes opposite of it. Floater, no good, just short. Weaver tried to pull down the board, but was knocked away. And that should be a double dribble. Absolutely good call. Had the dribble, lost it. And in the matter of him trying to grab it, actually put the ball down back to the hardwood. And that will be a turnover. 38-37 is your score. Columbus on top. Down low to McKnight. Good hands by McFadden on McKnight. Read that pass beautifully, knocked it out of bounds. We'll stay with Columbus. 13 on the shot clock. 2.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Anthony Hitchens gonna leave it to Clarkson Jr. Randall Clarkson Jr. to Helton as they run the weave up top. Good drop step with the right-handed jump hook. Nice move by James Helton. Having an outstanding first half with 15 points. Helton's gonna start the break on the turnover, finds Weaver. Weaver with a tough catch and finish. Trent Weaver, nicely done, finishing through the contact. Gets the bucket and will head to the line for the and one opportunity. Columbus seems they have a great knack for these and ones. They use the pump fake so well down low on either block, and that has caused their opponents trouble in the fouling category. Weaver converts on the three-point play. 43-37 is your score. 2:03 remaining in the second quarter. McKnight sets down. Good call there by Coach Reynolds. You don't want McKnight to pick up a cheap foul here with the last 2 minutes with your squad up by 6. Under 2 minutes now, Thrash being guarded by Clarkson Jr. Three ball from deep. Baxton, no good. Rebounded by Trey Miller. Up to Helton. Helton. Got a lot of shake in that dribble. Miller, they're gonna kick it out top here to Clarkson Jr. We got 14 on the shot. Miller being guarded by Stanberry, 7 on the shot clock. He's gonna rise up in three ball, front rim no good. Rebounded by Stanberry as McFadden, and McFadden throws it down. So every time Columbus starts to go on a bit of a run, the Storm have had the answer. This time it came in the fact of going McFadden out on the break. Clarkson Jr., nice spin move, got the defense up with the pump fake and found Weaver for the easy lay-in. Weaver having a nice little first half for Columbus. He has 11. Wild shot, but great hustle by McFadden. He does all the hustle plays. Good defense by Kenny, straight up and put back in by Harris. 45-41 is your score. We have 45 seconds remaining here in this first half. Good pressure defense from Stanberry. Good look to Weaver. Weaver slammed it home, but that was all set up from Randall Clarkson Jr. Blowing right past his defender, got into the paint, left it to Weaver, who slammed it home. That was a great block by Clarkson Jr. Tough call. Did they get that on Miller? They did get that on Clarkson Jr. Little guy came out of nowhere to swat that Thrash shot, but they did call a foul. Thrash cannot get the first to go. $16 points here in the first half for Thrash, make it 17. 47-42, 25 seconds remaining here in this first half. Helton gonna go back up top to Clarkson Jr. Got about a 2-second difference game to shot clock. Clarkson Jr. wants a screen from Kenny, good strong screen. Had to switch, didn't attack. Helton with 10 seconds. Helton will attack, that's for sure. Fade away from 15, no good. Kenny, sky for the board and nice putback. Matt Kenny, nicely done. And that is good. Frank Thaxton needed that for the Storm with the 3 at the buzzer as we go into halftime, making it a 4-point game, 49-45. Columbus on top of the Middle Tennessee Storm. Back and forth first half, we did have several lead changes and ties. Been a well-played game, good flow. in this first half. Definitely started a little sluggish, but has moved into the top quality basketball that we've come to know and love in the CBA. Now, this is SummitCitySports.com. We're going to take a short break here, and I'll get right back to you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime is about over here at Shortridge High School in this first matchup of the semifinal round in the 2016 CBA playoffs. Halftime score is the Columbus Condors up 49-45 over the Middle Tennessee Storm. Story of that first half was the offensive output by James Helton for the Condors. Averages 6 games, has only played a couple games for the Condors, late season transaction, but without him, he has been the difference maker here this afternoon in the early going. He has 15 points. That is a team high. Also, the big standout who we mentioned in the opener, the big fella Trent Weaver, walking double-double, has 13 points and 8 boards into halftime. So right on his way to another double-double for the talented player, Trent Weaver, who is out of Ohio Dominican University, out of Columbus, Ohio. For the Middle Tennessee Storm, without the stellar performance of their point guard, Miles Thrash. Already at 17 points at halftime. That's the team high, game high scorer. He averages 17 a game. He's right at that into halftime. Has 3 threes, 2 for 3 from the line, and a couple field goals. Also dropping a couple dimes. Miles Thrash has been uber important for the Middle Tennessee Storm, and them only being down by 4 here in the early going. Also, the big story for the Storm, Roy McFadden, number 7, has 12 points. He's the second leading scorer for the Storm here going into halftime. He was attacking the glass, attacking the bucket on transition baskets, and laid it in, and also had a couple slams to get his team back in it. But there were several lead changes there in the first half, several tie-ups. Was an outstanding, good flow to that first half. Not a lot of fouls called, which obviously is better for the entertainment value here in the game of basketball, and let the players decide the outcome, and the Zebras swallow the whistles a bit. So we're about 45 seconds away from the start of the third quarter, as we are ready to see who will move on to the championship round next weekend, and they will play the winner of our second game of today. The Fort Wayne Flite, the undefeated Fort Wayne Flite, 8-0 in the regular season and number 1 seed in the playoffs. They take on this host team, the Indianapolis Blaze. So much respect and knowledge for each of those teams. Tons of guys from Indianapolis on the Fort Wayne Flite roster. These players have known each other and played against each other for many years. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a full day of basketball here from SummitCitySports.com on this CBA YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. You'll be notified of all the full game video and highlight clips and live stream broadcasts as they happen. Make sure you follow us, Summit City Sports, on Twitter at 260 Sports. Of course, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Summit City Sports. Jeff Mahoney on the camera. I'm Tim Atkinson. We'll be here all day, as well as last night. We get set for the second half, 2 10-minute periods remaining to see who will move on to the ship next weekend. So Columbus with a nice advantage, 49-45. Did most of that with Brett McKnight, their leading scorer, only with 9 points, has 2 personal fouls. Here's Hitchens, Anthony Hitchens. He's gonna start it for Columbus. Helton, they go to McKnight right away, smart. Left it to Weaver. Weaver was blocked, needs to go strong with that one. Stanberry comes out with it, little scoop with the left hand, nicely done. George Stanberry averages nearly 11 a game. Got out on the break and finished that one with a nice left-handed lay-in. Hitchens wants to go right by Stanberry, comes to a stop, leaves it to McKnight from the top of the key. No good, jump shot just a little bit off for McKnight. here this afternoon. Thrash is going to take it in with the finger roll, lay in with the right hand. Tied up. The Storm come out of the locker room ready to put damage here to the Condors. Hitchens leaves it to Helton. Gets a screen from McKnight. Going to rise up. That's a 2. Stanberry's going to rise up from 3. Back rim no good. Rebound by Hitchens. Hitchens. Crafty dribble. Kicks it to McKnight. McKnight with the pass to Weaver. Weaver. Awkward shot over the head. Nope. No good. Here come the Storm. 15-foot jumper. Got the roll. Frank Thaxton hit that 3 at the buzzer. Going into halftime, now has 7 points. That is good. Hitchens knocks that one down. That's his first bucket of the second half. Stanberry's going to rise up again. That one spun out. Hitchens will track down the board. Hitchens rising up. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by McFadden. Thaxton picked up the dribble a bit soon, but finds Stanberry. Has Miller on him. Miller is shook a little bit. Nice dribble drive. George Stanberry now with 7 points. Had Trey Miller there on skates. No good from McKnight. Rebounded by Thrash. Thrash is fouled on the floor. Will go out of bounds to the Storm. Do they get that on? I think on. Get that on Miller. They did on Trey Miller. That's his first, team's first here in the third quarter. Thrash keeping his team right in it. Back-to-back buckets. Now has 21 points. His squad with the biggest lead, 55-51. Miller up top to Weaver. They want to go high-low game with Weaver and McKnight. A little triangle action right there. Miller, he's got to let go of that. Does, and got it. Trey Miller left all alone. Knocks down the 3 ball. Now has 5 points. Pulls his squad back within 1. Just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Stanberry ran right into Hitchens, but kept control of the pill. Out to Thrash, and Miller went for the steal, knocked it out, and will stay Storm ball. Hunter Harris checks in for Kevin Wilkinson. Rising up does Thaxton. That's short. Tracked down by Harris nicely. To Thrash in the corner, who rises up, goes side of the glass. Battle for the board, pulled down by Weaver. Weaver's gonna find his point guard in Hitchens, and they'll set. Nice crossover by Hitchens, and then finds McKnight. Spin around, no good. Rebound by Thaxton. And Miller was out of bounds when he touched the ball, so we'll go out of bounds here to the Storm. 55-54. Third quarter action. Storm on top. Got 6:17 remaining. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And to Thaxton. Thrash about walked into a 3, goes down to Harris. McKnight bodying him up. Harris with a nice up and under, then tipped in by McFadden. That's his first bucket of the second half. Back to a 3-point game for the Storm. Helton rubs the screen from McKnight, pulls up from about 17, no good. Rebounded by the Storm. Out to Thrash, and Thrash, that was all set up by Helton, attacking the offense there. Made Thrash hurry, take his eye off the ball, and that caused the turnover. 5:46 remaining here in the third. Hitchens and Stanberry guard him. Rubs the screen from McKnight. Good drop pass to McKnight, and is fouled and finishes. Brett McKnight, so strong down there under the block, finishing through contact, and we'll head to the line for the 3-point opportunity. McKnight does convert. Now with 12 points, we're tied up again. 57 all, 5.5 minutes to go in the third. Here's Thrash being guarded by Miller. Thrash rises up, no good, and out of bounds to Columbus. Randall Clarkson Jr. checks in for Trey Miller. Miller gets a word from Coach Reynolds. And then we'll have a seat. Helton's gonna leave it to Hitchens. Using Helton. Now cleared out. McKnight will come out here for the screen action. Hitchens gonna rise up from 16. Back rim, no good. Rebound by Thrash. He's hard to stop here on the break. Just lost the handle, or he was gonna walk into that three ball. Stanberry does. No good. Rebounded by Harris, but there was Hitchens. And they will get the foul on Anthony Hitchens. That's his third. Not like that call at all. Go out of bounds to the Storm. Hunter Harris looks to inbound. Just under 5 minutes to go. We're tied up at 57. Up top to Miles Thrash. Thrash, of course, out of Stillman College. Finds Harris down low with the easy right-handed finish. Nice look from Miles Thrash to Hunter Harris for the bucket. McKnight down low. Nance on him. Nance has 4 fouls. McKnight goes to work and puts it in. Need to force feed the big fella down low with Nance guarding him. Not going to want to pick up that 5th foul as the Storm playing with just 6 players. Thrash all the way to the cup. The right-handed lay-in. Now has 6 in the quarter, 23 in the game. Nice move by McKnight, spun right away from the defender, laid it up and in. Now has 7 points in the quarter, 16 on the game. Thrash left it. Nance lost it. Thaxton does grab it. Goes glass, can't get it to go. Harris tried for the putback slam, no good. Threw it out. Here's Thaxton. 17 on the shot clock. Thaxton with the runner, no good, but another opportunity for the Storm. As Thaxton with a fall away 3. Knocks it down. Frank Thaxton with his 5th point of the quarter now has 10. Good steal by Harris. Leaves it to Thaxton. Has Stanberry on the wing. He goes with the floater instead. Back rim no good. Weaver battles for the board and out of bounds off of Weaver. Will stay Storm ball. Timeout called on the floor by Columbus as they want to talk about it here with 3:11 to go in the third quarter. Down by 3, 64-61. This is SummitCitySports.com, bringing you this live CBA semifinal action here in the 2016 playoffs. With a doubleheader today, these two squads going at it. Columbus Condors and the Middle Tennessee Storm, 64-61. Storm on top right now with 3:11 to go in the third. Second game will be the Indianapolis Blaze and the undefeated Fort Wayne Flite. Will be the 3rd time playing each other this season. Counted as 4 if you consider the preseason matchup that they played in the early going. Back to the action, 3:11 to go. Storm with the ball underneath the basket. Good look to Thrash. That's bad defensive communication there as Thrash shuck free for his 6th point. Storm back up by 5 now, 66-61, just under 3 minutes in the third. Miller. Wants McKnight. And last touch by McKnight it was. We'll go back, Storm ball, turnover on the Condors. This is the first time these two teams have matched up. Finger roll from Thrash is fouled, and he'll head to the line for a pair of free throws. Blocking foul. I believe that was called on Clarkson Jr. Check it, Trey Miller, that was his first. So Thrash hits them both. Back to a 7-point advantage for the Storm. Clarkson Jr. looking for a little space, finds it with Miller. Miller goes baseline, cut off nicely. Finds Helton, Helton with the left hand, nicely done. Didn't stand in ball watch, attacked off the ball. Nice cut to the basket. Miller found him for the easy bucket. 3-ball Thrash, got it! Miles Thrash, are you kidding me? 8-point game now. Thrash is feeling it. And that's gonna be an offensive foul on McKnight. The moving screen. We'll go back, Storm ball. That's McKnight's third. Miles Thrash carrying his team here in the third quarter. Look at that crafty dribbling. Oh, pull up off 1 foot, no good. That's been the story here in the game, the second chance opportunities for the Storm. That time they couldn't convert. Clarkson Jr. comes out with it and they set the offense. Helton gets a screen from McKnight, then finds him. Out to Kinney, Matt Kinney to Miller. Miller lost the handle, gets a screen from McKnight. Fade away from the baseline, no good, but there was Matt Kinney with the putback, now has 4 points. Back to a 6-point advantage for the Storm. Minute 09 remaining here in the third. Stanberry may have got away with a push-off on Miller. Tried to flip it up with the left hand, no good. And the Condors now can cut it. Helton. Rise up from 18 on the baseline, no good. Thaxton just egged him into shooting that. 47 seconds, here's Thaxton. Jumper from about 14, no good. McKnight had good pressure on that. 40 seconds remaining, 71-65. Clarkson Jr. throws it up and no good. Stanberry looked for Thrash, had Thrash and Nance both there, and he threw it in between the both of them. That's a turnover. Huge turnover as they were looking for the momentum bucket going into the fourth quarter. 32.1 seconds remaining here in the third. 71-65, Middle Tennessee on top of Columbus. Clarkson Jr., Trey Miller, Brett McKnight, James Helton, and Trent Weaver, your 5 for Columbus. Thrash, Stanberry. As that goes out of bounds, we'll go with the Storm. The 5-4 of the Storm, Thrash, Thaxton, Stanberry, Fagden, and Hunter Harris, check it, and Kevin Wilkinson out on the floor. 16 seconds to go, shot clock is off here in the third. 71-65, Thrash. Let's go down to 8. We're at 6 seconds. Spin around, pull up from deep. No good, Helton gets it. And 3/4 court at the buzzer, it's good if it goes. It does not. So that's where we will leave the third quarter with your score. The Middle Tennessee Storm on top of the Columbus Condors, 71-65. Ten more minutes of action here, forthcoming here to see who will move on to the championship game which will be played next weekend. The highest seed of the two final teams will host that championship game next weekend. Make sure you check out the CBA website, playcba.com, for all your scheduling and updates around the CBA. A big quarter that time for Miles Thrash, putting his team on his back. Had 13 in the quarter, now has 30 points. That is a game high. McFadden now with 14, Frank Jackson with 10. George Stanberry with 7, Wilkinson still with 2, and Hunter Harris with 8 points. Slow quarter that time, only scored 16 points. Did the Columbus Condors. Hitchens with 7. Still, Clarkson Jr. with 3. Trey Miller with 5. 16 points for Brett McKnight, 13 for Trent Weaver, was held scoreless there in the third quarter. 17 for James Helton, and 4 for Matt Kinney. So 71-65, 10 minutes remaining to see who will move on to the championship game next weekend. There's Thrash. Good help defense there by Trent Weaver. Triple drive. No good from Thrash. Helton took it all the way to the cup, missed the lay-in, but there was Trent Weaver for the putback. 4-point game. Left elbow jumper, nothing but net for Frank Thaxton. He now has 12. Back come the Condors. Hitchens wants McKnight down low. He's on the block, goes baseline, and floats it up in good. That's a tough shot for McKnight, not going glass. Good touch, 73-69. Thrash from 17, knocks it down, and we have a foul off the ball, I believe on Middle Tennessee. Count the bucket for Thrash. So basket is good, and then a foul on the out of bounds. Or excuse me, off the ball. 75-69. Middle Tennessee on top, in control, 8:50 to go. Helton, cross over to the right hand. Had Weaver there, instead goes down low to McKnight. McKnight likes that spin move baseline, couldn't get that one to go. Hitchens with the board, lost the handle, and Thrash knocked it away. We'll stay Columbus ball. Now a player can't catch his own shot if the referees determine that it was an actual shot towards the goal. That is the difference in the FIBA rules. So a player can catch his own shot if the referees deem it a shot at the goal. Here's Helton, just lost the handle and fell out of bounds. Tough play for Columbus as they're trying to get back into this game, down by 6. Just a silly turnover. Goes back to Storm's ball. Stanberry, I like running the point with Thrash on the off guard. No reason to shoot that though. Thaxton tried to track it down, but out of bounds. We go back Condor ball. Too many quick shots, I believe, from Middle Tennessee. They could have stretched this lead a bit more, I believe, if they just took care of the ball a little bit more. Well, that was the big problem from them last game, was the amount of turnovers. Brett McKnight mentioned that in our post-game interview after last night's game. 7:14 remaining. Storm up by 5. Helton left alone from 3. Got it! They needed that. James Helton with the 3 ball now has 20. 4-point game. Referees confer. As the referees will talk about it right here. It's all about getting it right. Whether they got to talk together or not, they're going to stay Storm ball. Trey Miller has some of the best facial expressions you'll see on a game of basketball. Look at, he always looks like he's flabbergasted with every call. It's a beautiful thing. Coach Reynolds trying to calm down his guard. Smart move getting him out of the game. Thrash. He's been spinning into a 3 ball here. We'll see what he chooses to do. Yep, he went up for it, but stripped by Hitchens. Coach Alford wanted a foul. Wasn't given. Clarkson Jr. for 3. No good. Weaver battles for it and heads up play. Threw it off McFadden. To keep possession. 22 on the shot. 7:43 on the game clock. 75-71 is your score. They find Weaver out of bounds. Clarkson Jr. 15. Has Weaver down low and just threw it directly to McFadden, but then almost turned over. Outlet to Stanberry. Stanberry with the lob. No good. Good tap out to Thrash. Look at that hesitation dribble. That's so crafty. Found Stanberry wide open for 3. No good. Rebound by Helton. Helton in traffic. Nicely done. Great athleticism and handle by James Helton. Went behind the back, between the legs, laid it up, and one. Timeout called by Middle Tennessee. Full timeout called by Coach Alford. 75-73 is your score. 7:12 remaining in the contest. Come down to the wire as we expected. 2 evenly matched squads. Columbus, of course, in the North Division, with Middle Tennessee Storm winning the South Division with a 7-1 record. Columbus was 5-3 under first-year man, head coach Dick Reynolds. Now 6-3, obviously, with the win last night. So 7:12 remaining here in this first game of the semifinal doubleheader being played right here in Indianapolis, Indiana at Short Ridge High School, home of the Blue Devils. I, of course, thank the staff of Short Ridge High School for being an outstanding host here for the CBA playoffs, the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds. So Helton will head to the line. He'll get the 3-point opportunity with this squad down by 2. Helton. It's the friendly roll. Now with 6 points in the quarter, he has 23. Stanberry looking for space, swatted by Weaver. Helton starts the break to Hitchens, back to, nicely done to Helton. Helton did a nice job flipping it up and letting the point guard distribute the ball back to him as he ran down the center of the lane. No good on the 3 from Thrash, rebounded by Weaver. That's 11 unofficial for Weaver. Columbus, their first lead in quite some time as Helton knocks down another 3. James Helton, the savior for the Condors here tonight, puts his squad up by 4, 79-75. Down low, and that was blocked, maybe partially blocked by Weaver. Battle for the ball, came up to it, And that's a great call by the outside official. Grabbed the ball and then completely did a jump step. And that was an easy call by that outside official. 79-75 is the score. Columbus on top, 6:10 remaining here in the contest. Clarkson Jr. starts it. And McKnight just lost the handle. Give the kid some stickum because he just lost the handle right out of bounds. We'll go back to the Storm. Good hands by Columbus. Ball loose on the floor. Kicked out to Thrash. And that went off Thrash. McKnight with the good hands knocked it off the leg of Thrash. We'll go back Columbus ball. 5:48 remaining here in the game. Columbus has been playing catch up since midway through the second quarter. But this kid right there, Helton, has been the difference. Couldn't get that one to go, but McFadden comes out with it. Thrash wide open for three. No good. Rebounded by Helton. Helton, baseball pass up to Weaver. Good fake on the pass, wet glass. Nicely done by Trent Weaver. Great basketball play with the pass fake going glass for the bucket. Turnaround jumper, no good. Weaver with another board. Mr. Windex, man, as he is cleaning the glass here this afternoon. Good block. That went off the head of Stanberry as he was out of bounds. Good call by that baseline referee. 81-75. Coach Dick Reynolds, I believe, wants a timeout. He does. So timeout on the court, full timeout with your score 81-75. Columbus on top of the Middle Tennessee Storm. We get set for the last 5 minutes of this game. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is just game one this afternoon. The second game will be very shortly after the conclusion of this. It'll be the host squad, Indianapolis Blades. They'll play the Fort Wayne Flite, undefeated Fort Wayne Flite. 8-0 record in the regular season, led by head coach Roderick Wilmot. For you state of Indiana folks, obviously know Roderick Wilmot by way of Florida. Played all 4 years in B-Town at Indiana University. Now coaching here in the CBA as well as high school ball in the city of Fort Wayne. Helton with a nice shake on the dribble drive. That was knocked out of his hands and almost teed up. I think another word but Helton, and that was going to be a tee. And in the CBA, which is FIBA rules, a technical is 2 foul shots and the ball. Stanberry, no good. Skied for the tip-in, did Wilkinson. Now has 4 points. 81-77. Gets a screen from McKnight, does Hitchens. Finds Helton. Helton's got the hot hand. Ooh, got away with the travel there, changed pivot feet, no call. Weaver, though, will finish. Trent Weaver, nicely done. Used the offhand to block the shot blocker off and finished. Foul on the floor. I believe that's on. I'm going to get that on McKnight. So that's McKnight's 4th, 83-77, 4:12 remaining here in the game. Thrash knocks down the first. Five for 6 from the charity stripe here this afternoon. Checking, second shot. is good as well. So 34 points. So Thrash knocks them all down. 83-80 is your score as we wind down this first game semifinal matchup. Columbus on top, 83-80 over the Middle Tennessee Storm. Hitchens, being guarded by Stanberry. Like to see Helton go down in the post here. Good fake on the pass from Hitchens. Finds Helton all alone for three. Can't get that one to go. Good hands that time by Trey Miller. Knocked it off the Middle Tennessee Storm player to keep possession and a new shot clock. Hitchens off a screen, wide open from the baseline. Goes side of glass. Here comes the Storm. Stanberry with a left-handed layup. Now has 9 points. Pulls his squad back within 1. Hitchens, good slip screen by Weaver. Saw that work several times last night. Helton, right-handed jump hook, back rim, no good. Battle for the boards came down to Helton and gets fouled and cannot finish, but he will head back to the line to shoot a pair. Helton 1 for 1 from the charity stripe here this afternoon. Knocks down that one. Helton knocks them both down, makes it a 4-point advantage for the Condors. 30 points now for James Helton. Stolen up to Helton, and that's a smart foul. Smart foul from the Storm, as that would have been a wide open jam. So out of bounds to the Condors, 3:14 remaining, 86-82 is your score. Pair of subs, Bagdon and Thaxton. Check in for Stanberry and Nance. Hitchens should be able to go right past his defender, pulls up with the floater. Nice touch as that hit back of the rim and dropped right in. 87-82 is your score. Tried on the tip, couldn't get it to go, but Storm does come down with the board. Good jump stop and is fouled. Roy McFadden will head to the line to shoot a pair. So the Storm need to convert here at the charity stripe as they're running out of time. That one was missed badly. Baden shoots at 58% from the stripe. Goes 1 of 2 that trip. 87-83, 2:45 remaining here in the game. Hitchens, hesitation at the top of the key, low dribble, backs it out. Weaver's gonna post now. Good post defense by McFadden. And bad pass by Hitchens. Led Weaver the wrong way. That's a turnover, a costly turnover with 2:30 to go. Screen from Harris. Thrash, pull up from the right elbow, no good. Kinney tapped it out to his teammate. Clarkson Jr. comes down with it. Clarkson Jr., nice crab dribble. Kicks it out to Hitchens. Hitchens, 13 on the shot clock. 2 minutes remaining. Good look to Kinney, but that was blocked. Good recovery from Hunter Harris. I don't think that hit the rim. That should not have been a shot clock reset. As they do correct it, there's now 2 on the shot clock. as the referees want to talk about that, because the shot clock was reset on the block. And they'll leave 2 seconds on that shot, so they need a quick hitter. Does Clarkson Jr. into Weaver. Weaver needs to get rid of it. Does. That was partially blocked. No foul. Tough. There's Thrash. Pulls up. Can't get that to go. That was rebounded by Thaxton. Put back no good, but he'll head to the line. So Thaxton will get 2 shots. He shoots 60% from the charity stripe on the season. 87-83, minute 49 remaining in the game. Front rim, no good. Thaxton, second attempt of 2. That's with that one. So 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. He now has 13 points. As the Storm pick up full court, Columbus is going to need some help. As Thaxton now backs off. Knight wants to get it to Hitchens, does. Hitchens just gets it across the timeline. Hitchens, patient, double team came, left Helton wide open from the top of the key. Can't get that one to go, rebounded by Thaxton. Out to Thrash, 87-84. Missed on the jam. And then put back by Wilkinson. Now with 6 points, a 1-point advantage for Columbus and a turnover. Thrash, look for Stanberry in the corner. Good hands by Clarkson Jr. Or that would have been a wide open 3 look for Stanberry. Minute 11 to go here in the 4th. 1-point advantage for Columbus. Timeout called on the floor by head coach Carlin Alford for the Storm, as he wants to talk about it, down by 1 with a minute 11 to go. Story of the game for the Storm, Miles Thrash, just been knocking down shots. Has 35 points here this afternoon. That is a team high. James Helton been the story for Columbus. Had 17 going into that 4th quarter. Now with 27 points. Check it, I missed it. He's got 30 as well. So Helton with 30, Thrash with 30. Offensive output as we're at 87-86 with a minute 11 to go. Columbus enjoying a small lead here as we wind down at Short Ridge High School. Hunter Harris looks to inbound. No inbound here to Harris. Clarkson Jr. jumped it. Thaxton goes baseline with the floater. That's a tough shot. Frank Thaxton knocked it in. Back the lead goes to the Middle Tennessee Storm. Helton, see if they go down to McKnight. Just under a minute, 13 on the shot clock. Clarkson Jr. down to Weaver. Weaver wanted to look down to McKnight, could have just went up for the shot. About 8 feet away. Stanberry threw it away. Clarkson Jr. leaves it to Helton. Helton with the floater, no good. That was a tough shot. Loose ball on the floor, Hitchens blocked. That was swatted by McFadden, out of bounds. Will stay Condor ball, down by 1. 88-87, 34.9 seconds remaining here at Short Ridge High School. And Helton, a lot of shaking. That dribble goes all the way to the other side of the cup and is fouled. Good take to the bucket by James Helton. He'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Helton with 30 points here this afternoon, trying to make it 32. Knocks down the first, does Helton. We're tied up at 88. Helton with his second attempt. Does hit that one as well. 5 for 5 from the charity stripe here this evening, 32 points. James Helton having a great game. 89-88 is your score. Columbus back on top. Thrash lost the dribble in the handle. Hitchens picked it and lays it in with 17.9 seconds. Huge play. And then a steal. Steal by the Condors. Coach Alford heard the bench. That's going to be a technical foul called on Columbus. What a huge call. Called a timeout with no timeouts left. Let's see if that's what they decide. They are. So the timeout was tried to call on the loose ball to save possession, and it ended up costing them a technical foul. So Thrash will get 2 shots, and the Storm will get possession. Thrash used the body English to get that one to drop. Huge free throws. Timeout called by Middle Tennessee. They are down by 1 point, 91-90. They do have the ball coming out of this timeout. But what a huge mistake for Columbus. A la Chris Webber calling the timeout with none left, costing him a technical foul, and it could be the difference maker in this game as we are now with a 1 point game. Coach Reynolds goes over the last minute instructions as he sets up the defense. Very experienced coach in Dick Reynolds, just first year here in the CBA in the inaugural season for Columbus. 5-3 in the regular season, 6-3 overall, counting last night's win and the quarterfinal round. So your 5 for the Storm: Thrash, Harris, Thaxton, Stanbury, and McFadden. For the Condors: McKnight, Helton, Clarkson Jr., Weaver, and Hitchens. 11.6 remaining, 91-90. Columbus on top. They're gonna go right to Harris. Harris, right-handed jump hook, no good. Boarded by Helton and taken away by Thaxton, and somehow got the shot to go in with 5 seconds to go. They gotta hurry 3. Helton at the buzzer, no good. Middle Tennessee with a huge win, 92-91. What a huge game for Miles Thrash, and Frank Thaxton with 5 seconds to go threw it up and went in. Let's take a short break here, jump down to the hardwood and get you an interview. Check, check, check. An interview with standing here with ultra-talented point guard Miles Thrash. Single-handedly, you kept your team in the game, and then Frank came up big there at the last-second shot. How much did you feel you had on your shoulders throughout the game? Because it seemed like you felt like you had a lot on your shoulders.
Yeah, I felt like I had a lot. We were a little undermanned, missing a couple guys, so I knew I really had to step it up a lot more this game. And besides, it's a playoff. I didn't want to go home.
No question, and you do not go home. You get to go to the championship now next weekend. What does that mean for the Middle Tennessee Storm and Miles Thrash?
It means a lot. We all had it in our mind ever since last year when we lost to go to the finals, that our goal was to get there, and this time not only to get there, but to win it.
What are you guys taking out of tonight? What do you guys need to shore up to win this championship in the CBA this year?
Well, I think we got to have a better start off early off in quarters and don't get down 10 or 12 and just come back out and fight a little bit harder. So we're looking forward to the championship and correcting some of those errors.
Well, congratulations, Miles. A great personal game for yourself, a great team game. Go enjoy this win, and we'll see you next week for the championship.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Check, check. Coach, what a finish. My goodness, your guys bend, but they did not break, and they came up huge when they needed to. How proud are you guys right now?
I'm proud of them, mostly because we fought through adversity just to be here. If you notice, I mean, it's not an excuse. We're doing our number one scorer, Josh Sane. We're doing our number one rebounder, Torrey Pelham. I mean, I could go down the line. I got 7 guys, but I said this from day one when I saw my roster. We can go 11 deep. And that, we needed 5 in Memphis the week before. We've been decimated by injuries. We are the oldest team in the league. But the flip side is that we don't panic when things get frazzled because we've been there.
And that comes a lot with your floor general, Miles Thrash. Ultra talented. Knew that he had to put a little bit more on his shoulders tonight with the limited roster. And he did that. He let you guys hang in, and then Frank hit that crazy bucket at the end. How much does Miles mean to your team, not only on the court, but the leadership in the locker room?
Oh, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That last play, Miles called it to go to the post. I mean, as many big shots as I've seen him hit in his career, not just in the CBA, but elsewhere, his decision was the right basketball decision to go to the post. And it gave us a chance to keep the ball alive so Frank can hit one of his crazy shots. I mean, he doesn't hit them unless it's crazy.
Well, hey, congratulations. A great, huge win. Good comeback win. Good luck next weekend, no matter who you guys play. We'll see you next weekend for the championship.
Yeah, thanks a lot.